I haven't used the bells this whole challenge. I've just been starting the day. So good morning, namaste, good evening, welcome. Happy to have you here again. Still have my hat on. Day 9. Wow, can you believe it? It's almost another 10-day challenge finished. I'm shocked. And I've been enjoying so much. I really enjoy these mornings. Just take a moment to say hello to everyone. Hello, Moon and Vicky. Andrew, we're feeling extremely grateful to you. We feel so powerful on day 9, like we can take on the world. Vicky and Moon have been doing the Osava diet along with this, so the 10 days of brown rice. So for anyone that was wondering if those would go well together, at least from the account of these two, it's been very good. So I'm happy. I'm glad that it's worked out for you guys. Kate, good morning. Nice to see you. Georgianne, nice to see you. Are you with Rick again, or he's somewhere else today? Oscar, namaste. Happy to see you. Lee, hello, good morning. I wrote you an email in response to your message on, not an email, I wrote you on Patreon, so check that out after. I send you all my love and my appreciation, and thank you all for coming. Day 9. Wow, it's crazy. I was gonna prepare something to say today, but I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. Today I want to talk a little bit about the different spiritual paths, or the different approaches that one can take to this path. Because essentially there's countless spiritual paths, there's countless practices, there's infinite ways to transform. If you go on Google and you search, how to be more healthy or how to grow, you will find so many different diet plans and exercises and different religions and spiritual systems. But essentially, most of them in tradition are following one of two paths. Okay, there's the path of willpower, and these are usually a Manipura-oriented system. Most yogas are, Rick is at work, okay, well, he'll follow along later. The path of will, the path of determination, the path of the warrior. Most styles of yoga, most yogis are considered the path of will, the path of the warrior. And actually in the tradition, yogis are called viras. The vira means the hero, because as you've seen, to change these qualities within us, you need to be strong. You need to be determined. You need to show up to the mat every day. Even just to work with the emotions, to look inside at our traumas, our shadows, our biggest fears. You need to be the hero. You need to be the warrior. Now, don't think of the warrior as, the one who goes out and fights and slays dragons. It doesn't have to be an aggressive thing. Rather, a thing of courage, of willpower, of determination, of motivation. A lot of the Buddhist traditions, are so strict. A lot of religious traditions are so strict. It's either to do with celibacy, to do with your diet, to do with your tapas, your daily practice. There's so many of these things in place that condition us to continue to walk the path. And this is a beautiful path, and it's where we need to start. Because a lot of us come to the spiritual path. If you don't want to go so big, even a lot of us come to yoga with, maybe we're a little bit lazy, maybe we're a little bit ignorant, maybe we're a little wishy-washy, emotional, sad, whatever. We need something to motivate us to get back on the mat, something to keep us going. A great example is Ashtanga yoga, the type of strong vinyasa yoga from Pattabhi Jois, Mysore, India, about 1960, is this very Manipura-centered practice. It's really disciplined. You do the same practice every day. The first couple times you do it, it breaks the body because it's so strong. You do so many folds, so many powerful standing poses. But what it does is it gives you this strength in your body. It gives you this determination to, yes, I feel amazing from this practice. I'm going to get on the mat again. And you become the vira, you become the hero, the warrior. Morning, Nadine, nice to see you. And 1, 2, 3, 8, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 4. Nice to see you too. So that is one path. And that is part of what we are working on here. That's the idea of this 10-day challenge, to have a consistency, a discipline, to reshape ourselves in the way that we want, and this is the idea what we're working. Hello, Maya, nice to see you. Is to create this structure within us, this discipline. Discipline is one of the best words for this path. Discipline in the good way, in the constructive way. As some of us were disciplined when we were children, and it meant getting a smack, or getting a punishment. That's not discipline. That's something more sadistic. Discipline is something you do for yourself, to create the life, the being, the strength, the experience that you want. It takes discipline. And this is the path of Manipura Chakra. The other path, the other major theme of spiritual traditions is the path of surrender, the path of anahata, the path of devotion, of worship, of acceptance. And both of these can take you very far. The path of discipline can take you so far. You can shape and mold and create everything. The path of surrender can also take you very far. Both of them have their struggles. To develop discipline, it takes a lot of willpower and consistency. And even if you don't want to, you need to fight through again and again and again. But it can take you very far. You can really shape your life, shape your personality, shape all the qualities that you want. The path of surrender is also very difficult. And for some of us, some path is more easy. But to surrender, I've practiced it for a lot of my life. Maybe more the path of surrender than the path of discipline. To just allow, to just trust in life to take you where you need to be, to trust in the people around you, and to surrender to the circumstance can be so difficult, especially when it's something that you don't like, something you don't enjoy. Our tendency, our instinct is to run away. It's to fight or it's to run. So to be able to just give up, but not from a space of giving up, but from a space of faith, a space of trust, and knowing that every moment of life, every experience is going to take you towards greatness, is going to push you to evolve. This is the path of surrender. And for some, the path of will is more easy, and it makes sense. I fight to be the person that I deserve to become. And some of it is the path of surrender. Of course, the universe will guide me. God will take care of me. The divine teaches me moment to moment. Personally, I think that it's best to follow both paths simultaneously. And they may seem counter to each other, but we can constantly develop determination, discipline, this structured life that we want, and at the same time understand that everything along the way is taking us to greatness. So even if something doesn't go our way, and to understand and accept that there are things we cannot change, there are things we don't have control over, and to be able to surrender into that, to be able to embrace it as another lesson, one that is out of our control. A lot of the texts will say that the path of will can take you 99% of the way. But in the end, to go the final stage, you need surrender anyway. Some people will choose only the path of surrender and just devote their whole life. I really believe to be the most complete, it's about joining these two. To be strong, to be courageous, to be constantly improving, growing, evolving, and to surrender, to accept the things we cannot change, with the wisdom to know the difference. You see, I come back to that prayer that was in my mind the other morning. Now, this is for my personality. This is my experience of life. For you, maybe it's different. But from my experience, it's the joining of these two that takes us the furthest, that makes our life the most complete. A life of constant surrender can also be one of negating some worldly things. Someone who maybe goes to the church, the monastery, the ashram, and just devotes their whole life to prayer or worship. It's beautiful. And for some people, that is exactly the right thing for them. But if we follow Tantra, You know, and Tantra is also about being worldly, about being in this world. And I think one of the best ways to be in this world is to be courageous and strong and face everything that comes. So this is what I wanted to share today. Surrender. Yeah, Lee agrees with surrender. Jennifer, letting go. Yes, these are amazing qualities and they will take you so far. And again, even the path of will, the path of fighting, of strength, of improving the body, sitting for meditation for 1 hour every morning, you know, these kind of things, or doing Vipassana and sitting for 10 hours a day. It's a lot of strength, but in the end, the final stage is one of surrender. One of realizing that there are always going to be things we cannot be in control of. What really speaks to me when we look at a lot of the spiritual masters, a lot of the ones who have made it to these very high states of samadhi or enlightenment, a lot of their stories involve a certain point of giving up, of being on the verge of suicide. I think it was Ramakrishna. I don't know, there's two that are... anyway, one of the teachers, I don't have this bibliographic mind where I remember names so well, but he was a worshipper of Kali. Kali is the goddess of time and of change and of transformation. And he has an ashram north of Kolkata in India, this Kali ashram. And he prayed with Kali every day and he was so strong in his tapas. And one day he sat down and he said, he made an affirmation, you know, if I do not reach the state now, Mother Kali, kill me. You know, and in his meditation, he visualized this statue of Kali come to life, draw her sword and plunge it into his heart, you know, and it was this willingness to give up life for the path. And then he reached this high state of illumination where every time someone would only speak the word of Kali, he would, you know, oh my goddess, and flip out into a state of pure bliss, samadhi, divine illumination. A more recent example, Eckhart Tolle. He's one of the more current spiritual teachers that's teaching the power of now. You know, and he reached his great state of illumination in the depth of dark depression. I remember reading this story one night, and he was so disturbed. I forget exactly the situation, but I remember the context was he wanted to kill himself. He was so upset with life, and he said, I cannot stand myself anymore. And in this moment of wanting to give everything up, he thought, he had this epiphany, but if I cannot stand myself, who is it that cannot stand me? And that led him to this huge high state of consciousness, of illumination. And I just want to use this as the example that at certain point to really reach these high states, it involves a certain level of surrender, not of giving up. These guys kind of, they wanted it so bad. Eckhart Tolle was a random thing. You know, he had some karma from a past life that allowed him to step into this state. But a lot of the masters have said, you know, this is it. I will reach illumination today, or I will end my life. You know, I'm completely surrender to experience the divinity. And this is somehow the combination of the path of will and the path of surrender. That's what I wanted to share today. That's what came out. Thank you, Nadine. It's very sweet of you to say this. You need to write this down. Someone actually told me one point I should write a book. I'm not so patient. You dictate, write what I dictate. Jennifer, love the joining. Brian, surrender plus creativity changed my meditation game forever. Two elements I was lacking connection with, then so much potential was uncovered. Beautiful, beautiful. A great book called The Surrender Experiment. Beautiful. Swami Kripalu too. I don't know this Swami, but yes, it's not it's a common theme. Because to reach that divine state is one of releasing the ego. The ego is so much, you know, saying that there's this state of separation, this state of attachment to our personality, to our life, to the things that we know within our limited mind. And to go beyond that is, of course, one of surrender, one of letting go. And beautiful, beautiful, guys. I feel good. I feel you're freezing. Oh no, you can still hear me though. Okay. I hope that I don't freeze too much. Um, if I do, it's because Clelia is on a Zoom call right now. Yeah, exactly. Who is the I who can't stand myself? Okay, guys, we're gonna go on with the practice now. I don't know, maybe Clelia ended her call. Hopefully we don't freeze too much. It looks fluid now, so let's continue. New today, good morning and thank you. Hello, no. Wow, it might be a bit intense if this is your first day. What we spent is the last few days building up to the duration that we're going to spend today in this practice. But give it a try. And if you do find any of the practices too challenging, go a little more gentle. You can stop earlier. You can have some support. Anyway, I wanted to add one more thing to the practice today, guys. And this is for those who want to go further with the practice, who want to go higher into an expanded state of consciousness. Maria, we spoke yesterday, and she said that she was maybe experiencing too much energy in Ajna Chakra. So Maria, maybe just stick with the practice as it is and try to keep the awareness more in Manipura. For anyone else who has a tendency to feel spaced out too easy, keep the energy where it is. For the rest of us, we're going to focus today on really sending the energy up. Okay, we've been focusing on it the whole time, but I want to take it a step further. So really focusing, because we're going to do the breath of fire, pumping the belly, really focusing on that pumping, sending the energy up, focusing on the energy going up to Ajna Chakra. To stimulate Ajna Chakra, we focus usually in the middle of the forehead. We can even turn the eyes up in Shambhavi Mudra. And the big difference is going to come in the final practice. When we do the ego eradicator pose, we'll do like normal. Then we'll inhale the thumbs up to touching. And we're going to immediately exhale through the mouth, spread the fingers, and do an Uddiyana Bandha. If you're not familiar with Uddiyana Bandha, forget about it. If you are, it'll be pulling in the diaphragm, squeezing Mula Bandha. Oof, I'm high already. Sending the energy up. If you're one of the members and you watch the Kachari Mudra video, or you're familiar with that technique, you can also add that. I will not be teaching it here. Already adding Uddiyana Bandha is going to be very strong. Okay, it's only for the last practice. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. And yeah, Maria, remember, you can just keep the energy here. You don't need to focus on. If you want to try to explode it, go ahead. Okay, we're going to start, guys. So making your way into your comfortable seated position, pressing the seat down, reaching the crown of the head up, shoulders roll back and down so the heart is open in a relaxed manner. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Open the mouth inside out. Oh. Soften the body, soften the mind. Again, deep inhalation. Side out. Oh, allow the vibrations to massage and relax the nervous system, bringing you to here and now. And again, deep inhalation. This time, hold the breath, inhale even more. Hold the breath, relax the body. And let go. Oh. Sitting with the eyes closed, attention turned inside. And just take this moment to notice where you are in your physical body, your energy before we start the practice. the emotions and thoughts that are moving through you. Allowing whatever is there. And from this space of awareness, we're going to start by setting an intention for today's practice. Bringing the hands together in front of the heart. If you like, you can set your own intention. Or if it agrees with you, you can mentally repeat these words. I practice out of love for myself. I practice with the desire to know the truth. I practice for the benefit of all beings. And take a deep inhalation into the heart. As you exhale, gently coming back. Welcome. Thank you, everyone. I just want to ask, is anyone else experiencing it freezing? Or it was just Lei? Because if it is, I'll tell Claudia to do her phone call later. No? Okay. Okay, then it must have just been Lei. Okay, so let's make our way down to lying on the back. And remember, today as we do this practice, I mean, the first one, we've got the eyes open, we gaze to the toes, but you can, every time you pump the belly, pump the breath, you can try to visualize energy rising. You know, whatever that is for you, it can be, you can try to visualize it as if seeing light or energy or fire moving up through the body. You can try to feel it as tingles, sensations. You can even try to hear it in the sound of the breath, sound of wind, maybe even the crashing of a wave of an ocean. Whatever helps your individual mind to imagine energy rising. So come down to lying on the back, and we'll start with our gentle stretching. So whatever feels right for you. So then coming into position, lifting the shoulders off the mat, lifting the legs, deep inhalation, relaxing exhalation, and begin the breath of fire. Focus on the pumping of the navel, the rising of the energy. Almost there. Keep pumping this energy through the body. Deep inhalation. Hold the breath, squeeze Mula Bandha, send the energy up to the middle of the forehead. And release. Go into that space of surrender and just allow the energy to move up naturally. This way we move from the path of will to the path of allowing. Be aware of the sense of opening and expansion of your energy, burning away the heavy, dark, negative energy, opening to light, love, and expansion. And gently coming back, we'll prepare for the next performance, hugging the knees into the chest. Lift the nose towards the knees, really focusing on the pumping of the belly here, with each pump sending energy up. Deep inhalation, relaxing exhalation. Turn the eyes up and begin the breath of fire. Deep inhalation. Hold the breath, squeeze Mula Bandha, channel the energy up, up, up. And release. Laying with the eyes closed, attention turned inside, witnessing. Allow the transformation to happen for you. We've done the effort. Now allow the benefit. Beautiful, everyone. Gently coming back. Again, we hug the knees into the chest. And as we rock from the hips to the shoulders, really try to feel this energy flowing upwards from the navel, from the lower centers, up to the heart, the throat, the mind. And remember, do it in a state of joy. And make your way up to sitting with the eyes closed. Attention turned inside. Continue to experience this movement of energy through the body. And gently coming back. Now remember, if you want to go higher and you're familiar with the practice, we can add Uddiyana Bandha. At the end, after we inhale the arms up, we immediately exhale through the mouth. We spread the fingers, reaching up, 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 pulling Mula Bandha, the genitals and anus, pulling the diaphragm, Uddiyana Bandha, sending the energy up, focusing upwards with Shambhavi Mudra. We'll do the breath of fire for 2 minutes. Folding the fingertips, point the thumbs. Inhale the arms up to 60 degrees. Chest is open, relaxing exhalation. Turn the eyes up. Send the energy up as you pump the breath of fire. And inhale, the thumbs up to touching. Exhale all the breath out. Squeeze Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Spread the fingers, send the energy up. Deep inhalation. As you exhale, sweep the space around you. Pushing down the darkness, spreading the light, releasing that which no longer serves you. Sitting with the eyes closed, focusing on this energy moving all within and around you. Come to this state of surrender and allow whatever arises in your consciousness, witnessing it all equally. Physical sensations, energetic movements, pleasant emotions, painful memories, love, fear, light, spaciousness. Just witness, allow, and surrender. Allow this energy to purify and expand your being. In this space of openness and purity, you are free to create the life that you want, to create your truth, your desire, your courage, your creativity. In this open and receptive state, I invite you to contemplate the question, who am I? Who am I? As you ask the question, you needn't look for an answer, but simply surrender to whatever arises. Allow your intuition to speak for you. Who am I? The more quiet the mind, the more present the self. As you sit in this space of quiet awareness, I invite you to contemplate the question, why am I here? Why am I here? Witness when the mind tries to create the answer, and come back to the feeling. Why am I here? In this space of open feeling, I invite you to contemplate the question, what do I want out of this life? What do I want? Coming back to the self, back to the truth, the subtle intuition. What do I want? In this space of truth, openness, allowing, and quietness, witness the experience that has come over you from asking these questions. And with love and acceptance, allow that experience to embrace you. Like a hug from the divine, an appreciation of your truth. And take these final moments to offer gratitude, to give thanks for this experience, for these insights, for this allowance and openness. Give thanks to yourself for taking this time to be with yourself. If you feel called to do so, you can even give yourself a hug. Tell yourself thank you. Thank you for this experience, for this vulnerability. Thank you for this transformation, for this awareness. Thank you for this time together. Take a deep inhalation into the heart. If you're hugging yourself, one more squeeze. And as you exhale, gently coming back. Thank you, everyone. Namaste. Beautiful work today, guys. Again, I remind you, if you feel you need to take Shavasana after this, do so. If you want to continue meditation or another practice, do so. If you want to write about your experience, journal or reflect, do so. If you want to practice more gratitude and give thanks for the world around you, do so. Whatever you want to do, you can do. If you want to go eat, do so. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Moon and Vicky. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Maria. And everyone else for joining me. It's beautiful. I'll see you tomorrow, guys, for the final day. Namaste.